Hey folks, I'm here making a return, and we're gonna hit up some more Dark Savior. As you can see, we've got our save game at the very top there with the Parallel 1 star badged, indicating we have completed a parallel. So, we're gonna go to Parallel 2, but we're gonna have to get to it first, which means more Sea Bandits. However, instead of skipping that altogether, I am going to re-record it because I'll be taking the shortcut this time. We can skip this prologue bit where it shows Bilan getting thrown into the hold, though. We really don't need to see that again. And Garian wakes up and reacts exactly the same as he did the first time. It's all a big old time loop kind of thing. Bilan escaping from the ship and going through a metamorphosis on Jailer's Island is exactly what we just saw in Parallel 1. And Garian, you really ought to recognize that rose by now, too. Considering it smacked you in the face and, been the final testament of your would-be girlfriend. And the ship is once again under siege. And Nick, I'm afraid you're gonna get killed again there, buddy. And once again, you are going to fail to save Roland. Sorry to tell you. It's one of the advantages of foreknowledge. And so there's not going to be anything new about this for a little while, but I am going to get to the shortcut, and then there will be the legendary new content. But as always, it helps to have giant meat. And man, I have really got to replace my armrest. I've got one of those gel wrist rest things that people like to put along the underside of their keyboards, only in my case I put it where I rest my arm on the computer desk. And it's been serving faithfully for years now, but it's finally beginning to crack and split. And now the gel's getting out everywhere and sticking to my tender flesh. And it really kind of sucks. I should really replace that. Just have to remember to do it. Moving right along. Since this is all repetition, I'm just going to ramble a bit. I've been taking a little break from Demon's Souls and playing some Der Langrisser. If you're not at all familiar with the Langrisser series, it's some of the best strategy turn-based games that have never been released in English. Well, one of them was released in English. The original Langrisser for the Genesis came out as Warsong. It was a little bit mangled in translation, but not too badly, still a good game. The rest of the Langrisser series, never released outside of Japan. But some of them have been English patched or had translation guides written. And Der Langrisser has a pretty damn good translation patch, which you can grab at elsalia.com. Der Langrisser, by the way, is the Super Famicom expansion of Langrisser 2. And a really excellent game that not nearly enough people have been exposed to, including lots of folks who I think would really like it, being into the whole turn-based fantasy strategy thing. Anyway, this is where our shortcut is. That movable crate drops us into Musashi's prison room. We don't need to talk to him again. And Jack's gonna warn us about the shortcuts. And we won't be eaten by sharks unless we're out of points as usual, because otherwise Jack will bail us out. However, it will take a big bite out of your time if you do fall in the water here, so the shortcut has a good potential to really fuck you over if you don't get it right on the first try. But if you do get it right on the first try, which I'm going to endeavor to do, then it'll save you a lot of time. Hence the idea of a shortcut. Gotta batter down this door. Done and done. And here's the hard part of the shortcut. You have to hop across these pipes, which isn't too bad because they're evenly spaced, but they do get a little closer into the body of the ship, and the last one falls off shortly after you step on it. But we now have skipped a whole bunch of unnecessary part of the ship. Ow. And here we are at the captain's cabin, with a whole minute in game time terms to spare. So I can kind of dig around here. We'll grab us the key. Business as usual. And there's some cigarette chocolate, top side, as always. Which we will take to begin rebuilding our stash of contraband. Very nice. I'll just hang around here, wait for the timer to go yellow on me, which it should do in about 15 more game seconds. And ready. And because we arrived in the yellow time frame, Bilan is in the captain's cabin right now. Whereas last time we didn't get here until after he had been and gone. And there's our favorite crab, moth, whatever the fuck. Articulate as ever, I see. And he still has his very annoying two-hit Scrabbly Claws guard break, so we will need to be mindful of that. Especially since we are only base Garian at this point in time, with no extra equipment or level-ups. But this is also a relatively weak version of Bilan who hasn't had any of his Bilanium metamorphoses yet. So we can take him down without too much trouble, I reckon. Quite a bit tougher in terms of damage and durability than the clone Bilan we met the first time we came here. But still nothing that Garian can't handle, right? Right. Ow! Stop hitting me! And stop interrupting my super. I don't appreciate that at all. There we are. Garian completes his unnecessary combo, and that is actually all we are going to see of Bilan in Parallel 2. Unlike Parallel 1, which is completely Bilan-centric, Parallel 2, you kill him in the captain's cabin and you never see him again. But we are getting a communication from Kurtligan, making himself known nice and early. Garian is number 1099. A little main character trivia, I suppose. And what's this? Aha. And holy shit, it's Garian's kid brother that we got all kinds of foreshadowing about in Parallel 1. You can't hold on, but you can hop right up and run out of the room. Well, whatever you say, little bro. Oh, well, he just collapses again, so much for that, I guess. Well, apparently Garian retained a little bit of knowledge from Parallel 1. He knows all about the Diary of Uda. And there's Kay's Yellow Submarine making another early appearance. And with that, we have our lead-in to Dark Savior, Parallel 2. With Bilan being done and dusted right from the very beginning, our mission this time is going to be to find the Diary of Uda once again, but this time for information on how to save Garian's very sick little brother. And there we have it. Parallel 2, A Hunt for the Heart.